Alright, welcome everybody back to the next episode of our scrap mechanic playthrough, survival playthrough here. Yeah, oh, I see the head fly. I love it when flying heads go flying. That's always nice. Anyways, welcome back. I just got back from a really long component run. I'm almost home. Hopefully just get a few more. I saw this little shack here and decided to raid it and shoot some people in the face. I think I'm gonna need a new headphone set pretty soon because yeah, this one's pretty old and it's been kind of, you know, the cord's been kind of, you know, it's not bad, but I just yanked on the cable again. You know, is it like it's caught around the corner of your desk or something like that and it's just go oops. Alright, anything up here? Yeah, I have been very busy. I've been building and building and building, and you know what? I had a lot of footage of that, and I was gonna make that an episode, but you know what? It wasn't that bad, but you know what? I just don't really like building on when I'm recording. I just don't really like it. It's kind of, building is, you know, it's a technical, tedious thing in this game. Where's my car? I know I had a car. There it is. Building is, you know, it's technical, it's tedious, takes a long time, and you go from clip to clip. And actually, I've been working on this thing for like 3 days now, so sorry for the delay in the episode. Not like you're paying for anything or anything, but oh, there's a farm bot over there. Oh, he's just took a swing at something. There's a farm bot over there. I've never seen a farm bot over there. Well, there's a farm bot down the hill there, but that's quite a bit ways down the hill. Well, anyways, let me get this thing. Anyways, yeah, about 3 days of building here, and another one of those. All right, just give me the components. Just give me the components, and then I'll be off, and you'll never see me again. Ugh. Yes, that's a good one. No, it's just paint. What do you want? Got a surprise for you. Have you ever seen one of these? It's called a spuddler. I know it's not actually called a spuddler, but it is now because I'm calling it the spuddler, because calling it the spuddler is way better than calling it the spud gat. Wait, what is this called? The spuddling gun? Is that what it's called now? I'm pretty sure it used to be called the spud gatler. Anyways, what I am building is going to be epic. It's going to be amazing, and hopefully you saw it in the thumbnail and clicked on this video and said, whoa, that's going to be crazy and epic, and it's never going to work. And you might be right. I'll have to see. I haven't tried it yet. Seeds. Don't tell me that's an omen. Right, so what I have decided to build is a kind of a sequel. What do you think? A sequel to what we built on the sea. A long time ago, we built a a giant. Ooh, wait. Oh no, it was a plant. False alarm. It was a plant. We built a giant raft, home, sea base on the sea. This raft was meant to float around the sea as a floating island on a floating home, and it did. It did so very slowly and causing many lags. A sea of lags is what we experienced with that thing. And I wanted to do an episode with it, but you know what? You can't really do an episode with just something that's a sea of lag, right? And you know, what are you really gonna do? There's not much in the sea anyways. Well, so that was cool. It's a cool thing, but now we're gonna do the same thing but do it on land. It's a land raft, or actually what I wanted to make was a luxury expedition camper. I like campers, you know, camping vehicles, camping cars, and you know what? You flip through some of like the classifieds or, you know, new RV kinds of things, and you see those expedition campers, big ones, small ones, and you go, whoa, yeah, that's great. And so I've decided to make just that, and there it is. It's not exactly what I had in mind. I think I made it too big, but you know, in the game, you know, if you're going to, you know, go for a big one or a small one, might as well go for a big one, I guess, because I'm not paying for it. I'm just making it myself, which means it's free. Make something yourself, it turns out to be free. It's pretty epic, right? But there it is. It's welded to a post, so we are getting a good almost 50 frames a second right now. That could be because the tires are touching the ground. Actually, that's probably why. But yeah, expect it to be really framey. I don't even know if it's drivable, but we will try. We will try. And I think they've improved the kind of frame rate with big creations recently. And so, you know, don't lose hope. There is still hope. And I'm still designing it. Right, so I've just gotten out. I've gotten a butt ton of components. I was totally out of components pretty much when I started the project. But now we're at the point where I need the components now. All of this suspension is level 1. It's not upgraded. Yeah, that's what it's called. And each wheel here has 2 off-road suspensions. So that's 8 off-road suspensions and 8 off-road suspensions back here. The back end, as of right now, seems to be lighter than the front end, and that it also kind of looks lighter if you check out the front. There's like a lot of metal on there, and the engines are up there. I got the fuel up there. I can show you that later. Floor is kind of in pieces right now, but don't mind that. I've been doing interior decorating. That's pretty much done, I think. Well, a little bit. I want to do kind of a kitchenette in there. And, okay, like the suspension is all kind of like on kind of, what do they call it? Semi-trailing arm kind of style. So this on like this lever here that swings up and down, and it's pushing way up there on the springs. I'm stuck. Yeah, and so it's like that with these 2. And so basically the idea was this is going to be really, really heavy. And so it's going to have a lot of power. I actually need 2 engines to drive all the wheels. And I just got my final components to level up my 1 engine. I think it's a level 4. I needed a level 5. Otherwise, I might be using a lot of fuel. Well, it's going to use a lot of fuel anyways. Of course, it would. But that's okay. Unlimited fuel. We got probably pooping out right here. Do we need oh, we need oil. That's okay, just flip a switch. And look at that. Man, I love how they increased the speed of the pumps by like 10 times or whatever it has been. That's really great. The goal was, so, you know, very heavy, so a lot of power, and I needed that kind of when that power, when the suspension system is shifting the whole weight of the vehicle, I wanted it to share more than one bearing. You know, because bearings, they bend, they flex for whatever reason they decided to do that. I don't know. I wish they hadn't. Please stop making bearings flexible. I just need something to spin on a point. I don't need it to rotate and orbit and stuff like that. That's not very good for mechanical things, but it's the way they are. Bearings are slinkies, especially when the game gets a bit stressed. Your game basically gives up, and those bearings, yeah, really do become slinkies. So what I needed was, you know, the wheels to all be on individual bearings, and then I needed with the suspension to be pushing against as many bearings as possible. Well, not as many as possible, but you know, twice as much. You know, you can have it. You know, your suspension moves, so you need a bearing in there for the movement. Or if it's just going straight up and down, you just need the one, you know, that activates the steering. And unfortunately, that's what I did with the front. I had another setup before, but in the end, it just wasn't going to be ideal. So I had to go with the classic thing here. Here is where the steering is. You can see it's just on this giant long pillar here, and the steering is here, so the tires, you know, rotate. So it's okay, it's not like rubbing any corners. And then the rest of the pillar goes way up into there, and the springs are at the same level as those. I got this. Yeah, let me get that off. Let me light up the place. This is how I normally light up the place, with a glow stick. Right, and the suspension is exposed here so that I can adjust it if necessary. And you know what, people, you know, it's like a little suspension gallery or something like that, you know. And of course, I'll level these up pretty soon. And right, so these suspensions are not pivoting. They're not connected to any bearing. It's just the suspension rigidly held on to the body of the car, and then below that is that pillar. So you know, hopefully that will save on lag, whatever you call it. That'll save on game load. Yeah, game load is what I'm suddenly calling it. Yeah, so that's what I've done instead. I'll show you this later. I just wanted to tell you what I'm doing right now, and let's see. Oh man, I had to take 2 trips out into the sea for all the conch shell, or whatever they call it, for shelling. I needed the glue, needed lots and lots of glue, and then I had to do a big log run where I got 6 of the super large trees onto there, and I chewed them all up in there. That was for the body. The body, okay, look, there's a problem here. I've been doing the tier 3 wood in stripes down here because I like the metal bits, but you know what? Save on the grinding. It's a bit unnecessary to have this whole thing in tier 3 wood, so I just used the tier 1 wood where we're not seeing the this kind of cool lit up metal texture, right? But if you weld it to another post, it recycles the texture on the wood. So I kept on, what happened was I did that, and then all my cool metal bits were gone, and it was just kind of this lighter kind of wood, and I was like, what, that doesn't look cool, like, it doesn't look as cool as it did. It looks like a plain old motorhome, you know, from 1985. And I didn't know what happened, but that's what's happening. It's when you weld it to something, it recycles that texture, and I was missing the metal texture. All right, how many components did I actually recover here? All right, there we go. We got let's see, 7 and 7, so that's 147. Oh no, 157. Haha, 157 components on that run. Yeah, it was a multi-dayer, and tired of raiding, but we can finally upgrade some of this stuff. Where's that engine? There's a level 4 engine. Yep, 147. I didn't need to count. I could just see in there. What? Jeez, man. All right, 10 components on that one thing right there. No, I have to go. So this is the problem. Yeah, in order to go inside, I have to use the doors. Oh, I didn't explain the doors, but well, those were a process. But yeah, that's why I had that one chair. When it's jacked up, I need this chair to get inside because the doors won't operate when it's on a jack stand. Boom. There we go. I'm inside. All right, level these up to level 5. 4, 5. Oh, that's a lot of components. Let's see, that's 1, 3, 7, 15 components to level one of those things up. Oh man, this is gonna... Oh, dude, I didn't have enough components? No, I collected so many. No, there's another set over here. Oh no, I don't have enough. I don't have enough. That's level 5, and I literally had enough to do the front half of the car. Now I only... Oh no, I have 17. I can do 1. I can do 1 over here. No, that's awful. Oh, I have 1 component kit left to my name. No. Oh, check this out. I got 3 horns in here. So when I honk my horn... yeah. It's almost cool, isn't it? I got my radio up here. I can activate that from the driver's switch, from the driver's seat eventually. Oh, I got it. Oh. Yeah, resume. I need that heavy rock music. I'm angry. No, this thing's using so many components. I gotta level up the seat as well. Oh, and the bad thing about this is that if I zoom out all the way and I drive this thing, I cannot see the entire thing. I just can't, so I'm gonna have to drive it. I'm gonna have to switch between them, and that's gonna be retarded, you know, because it takes a long time to switch. But I'm gonna have to drive it from inside, which is kind of cool, because I did make sure that... there's our sun outside. I did make sure that, you know, yeah, gave myself good visibility because I did want to drive it from inside. All right, got to get back out. How do I usually do that, or how did I do it last time? I think I just, yeah. Oh, I think that's exactly the same spot too. Right, can I look at that suspension bottoming out over there? All right. Oh yeah. So now I can open the door. Watch it hit smack into the ground. Yeah, oh, that's fine though, because we can now do the suspension up. Just all the way up. I don't think we need all the way up, but I don't want to count. It can be rock hard. It's a racing expedition camper. I think we're sliding into our oil well. Oh no, it's going to hit. It's going to clip. Oh no, I'm going to clip my Jeep thing with my giant rolling motorhome that doesn't have a parking brake. No. Why don't they invent a parking brake in this game? Maybe they have a mod for that. There's the underside. So basically, I've gone with a tier 2 metal for basically the frame, which kind of holds the suspension as well. And then let's see, tier 3 wood on the underside, mostly tier 1 wood on the roof. And then, like I said, on the side there. And let's see, all the gasoline. I have 4 gas tanks for this thing. I don't know if there's a way. I could take this out and I could extend the gasoline tanks this way if I needed to. I don't know if there's a way to connect. The ports on these things are connected. But I don't know. But I don't think that actually works. So if I hook an engine up to here, it's not going to draw from both of them. I wonder if I'm going to need to actually have a pump connecting the tanks. Maybe I'll do that instead. Just have the 2 gas tanks. I'll have a pump connected to an actual big container full of gas. One of these things like on a gas station. And then the pump can just pump the gasoline tank full. Yeah. Right, so in the meantime, back out into the wilds to get component kits. Oh, I can't believe it. How many do I actually need there? Let's see, it's 15, right? I think it was 15. Yeah, 15 for each one, and I have 7. 7 times 15 is 105, is that right? Somebody do the maths. Put it in the comments. And I thank you for that, and I'll go out and collect exactly that much. Hold on a second. When I welded this thing on, it gave me the double rows. Look at that. It's now as it should be. That's as it should be. It's giving me the double rows. And look, these connecting pillars here, they don't have any of the metal bits. Is it the same on the other side? It is. That's how it should be. So basically, if you want it how if you want it to be like it should be, you have to just keep on welding it and welding it and welding it to a post over and over and over again. Hopefully you get what you want out of the textures. Oh no, that's a pain in the. Oh, think of the bright side here. It's like a continuously changing RV, it's like an RV with a changing paint skin or something. Alright, cool. Welcome back, everyone, to you and to me. It's the next day for me, and it's been a lot of work, but I think I am finished. And yeah, here it is. I've got the interior lighting all set, and yeah, it's all pretty much painted. The rest of the interior decor is done, but it's finished. And yeah, it's nighttime right now, and it's pretty laggy right now, about 20 frames a second. So sorry about nighttime, but I did want to show you the nice, what do you call it? The moody lights, not the moody light, environmental lights. No, there's a word for it. It's not coming to me, but the lighting in here. Alright, so it is black, black as night, and that is because it is an expedition camper. It is a serious thing, and it is a serious thing for very serious people who take their camping seriously. Yes, and I think today that is what we need to do. This getting started, go to the crash ship has been on my screen for a while now, and I'd like to get it off. But first, let me just do one more little introduction to the vehicle here. Very special vehicle for very discerning customers. Alright, for one, the wheels are far too small. If you look at expedition vehicles, which unfortunately I did not when I made this, but I've seen them sometimes before, and they're quite interesting. But the wheels are always very big. They're like, like truck tire size or even bigger, like really big wheels. But in Scrap Mechanic Vanilla, at least, we don't have that, so I've used the biggest wheel that they have in the game, which is the one that's bigger than the other one. And yeah, so but I did give many wheels, yes. So there are many wheels, and that means it's many wheel drive. And let's see, I explained the suspension before. Let's see, basically I think it's just all aesthetics. I have upgraded everything, and I have saved on many component kits by upgrading the back suspension only to level 4. Yeah, saves a lot of component kits. Actually, 8 component kits per spring. So I have many left, just in case. I don't know, actually. I think the front ones should probably be level 5, but the back ones, maybe they don't even need that. Maybe it's all stiff anyways, and I have to kind of release tension from it. Who knows? We'll have to drive it and see. I haven't driven it yet, so I have no idea. Let's see. As you can see, there's a lot of tubing here. You can maybe climb up the sides to give it a nice wash, as you're doing some expedition in some rugged terrain, there's insect splatters, because obviously with the big tires you'd be going 100 kilometers an hour or miles an hour off-road. Yes, with all of that suspension working so hard, with the off-road, it goes up and down, I think, 2 blocks. Alright, so there's that, and then the windows are barred up to prevent pterodactyls or something from crashing through there. Let's see, I got these boxes here for storage on the outside. Obviously, you'd need to have that. There's the expedition campers are kind of like, big rig trucks, right? Semi-tractor trailer trucks. That's a mouthful. And so I have it, yes. And let's see, there's a button here that doesn't do anything. Well, no, maybe it could be a lock, So, obviously you want to lock up your storage so you can leave it, go into the big rest area, do all the shopping that you could possibly not need, and rest assured that your stuff is safe. And then when I need it, all I gotta do is come over here. Oh, it's locked. Just push the button and it opens. See? It's brilliant. And then I got all these valves here, which don't do anything. And then I have, let's see, I have, yes, of course, my driving lights back here, reverse lights that come on when you press a button. That also turns the headlights on. Let's see, I've got my ACs. Gotta have your ACs, don't forget that. I got a ladder here that you can climb up, perhaps eventually. And let's see, I've got some glowing effect lights back there to make it look all cool at night, which it was night, but we didn't see that. And let's see, anything else? It's the same on the other side, except for the valves are gone, because obviously we already have them over there. The sewage and the onboard water and the whatever you call it, the sewage and the gray water, I think, you don't need to let it out on both sides, because obviously the disposal unit, they're only going to have one, so you only need it on one side. And let's see, I have, it's on jack, so we can't open the doors. That's a design feature. That's how you lock it. Obviously, anyone could just come along and push a button and unlock anything that it's attached to, right? So you wouldn't want to do that. You'd put it on a jack, and that prevents anyone from doing such heinous things to your expensive, very costly expedition camper. Alright, so the windows, let's see, I've painted those white to make them clear for the journey, so they're not kind of blue and dark, as they would be normally. Up here, I've got more running lights up here, this time red, because it's the front and we want to intimidate, you know, maybe cows that are on the road. Maybe, you know, you don't want to hit a cow with this thing. I think the cow would definitely be toppled over by the low-hanging stuff right here. You want it to be low-hanging, obviously, if you are going on an expedition and there's rough terrain, you know, you want to make sure you scrape the front a little bit on the terrain, you know, so that it looks really good in pictures later. You got some like grass dangling off of there. And then, let's see, I got many lights, because we will probably be traveling through many nights, yes. And let's see, yeah, I think that's about it for the outside. If I brave the storm of lag here and jack myself up, this is how you get up on the top. Look at that, it creates a staircase. Oh yeah, that's right, so I needed to paint these. I was gonna do that, but then I ran out of light. I couldn't see which ones I had painted. So yeah, I need to do that. These are all black because I painted the body. All right, yeah, I like the, you know, the tinted window look, but then you just can't see through it. It's just a black reflection. So these are the lights that turn. We can turn those on and they spin, you know, to warn people out of the way as we're coming, because who knows, we might not have very good brakes. I got the antenna here, which has this this beacon on it that you can see all the way from across the map. So in case you lose your, you know, your expedition vehicle in a parking lot, that happens, you can find it again. And that's going. I don't know how to turn it off. I do wish I could kind of turn it off. Oh, wait. Oh, that sound is this. Oh. I've got an aerial, of course, because I have the radio. I think I showed you that before. Obviously, you know, the little aerial, the little antenna on the radio right there. You can see it because I have cleared up the window there. You can see the radio right there. And that antenna is very small. It's about the size of your hand. Obviously, this is a big thing, and we're going to go way out into the boondocks, so we're going to need a big antenna. And then we can, you know, if we ever see another camper, perhaps in an expedition vehicle, we can compare the size of our antennas. Oh, my antenna is, look, it's 6 centimeters longer than your antenna. Something like that. You know, you got to have something to do while you're out there camping, right? Oh, that's the wrong way. All right, let us venture inside once again. All right, so the floor opens up, and this time, yes, it's not touching the ground because we've beefed up the suspension. All it takes is it's a bit of jump, yes. So as you know, keep the exercise going, right? You got to keep fit while you're on your expedition. Right, so I got some potted plants just for decor. I've got a table. That's important. You know, sit around, have a meeting, maybe plan your route, your journey, which is probably you know, it needs care and consideration. There's a lot of terrain that you, in a big, heavy off-roader like this, there's a lot of terrain that you just can't go over. So you need to plan it out. Right, I've got well, that's the color right there. Obviously, it's in shadow. It looks purple or kind of mauve or whatever that color is, violet, but it's actually pink. And that's standard. You gotta have your big pink comfy bed. Let's see, I've got a lot of storage back here. There we go. I got extra potatoes, and there's all the components I saved by not upgrading the suspension. And I got a lot of gas, a whole tank, a whole case of gas up here, because cases of gas hold more gas than tanks of gas in Scrap Mechanic. Let's see, what else? Oh, I've got the refrigerators, lots of pineapples, the fruit of the gods, as we have seen before. Bananas, carrots in case we get hungry, pineapple in case we get thirsty, you know, just kind of vamp on a pineapple there. And more drinks, yes, because we're camping, you know, cheer up, we're camping, have a lot of drinks, and that's what we can have around the table. But look, there's no chairs, we've got no furniture. So on our journey, I need to make sure that we stop by probably warehouses and pick up some chairs. Hopefully we can. Yeah.